What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. Back at you like I ain't got nothing else to say to you. But you already know that's just part of the introduction. Family, I want to talk to you about your level of faith when it comes to the Most High within you. Whether you believe He's external from you or within you, because He is both within you and external from you. I want to talk to you about your faith, family. And what you really dealing with for any of you that may be struggling with some of these things we talk about on this channel. If it's hard for you to just have faith, right? To be in the knowing that you're taken care of, to be in the knowing that you can do all things, right? Through Christ, right? Who strengthens you, right? The truth, right? The truth should strengthen you, family. If you're struggling with this unseen source that assumes to be greater within you than he who is in the world, that assumes to be sovereign, right? That assumes to have all power and authority. If you struggle with this, I want to speak on this, family, because I think that one of the main challenges all across the globe, right? All across the globe when it comes to this talk about Most High or God or, these spiritual things about, that what is here for us, right, to help lead us and guide us and strengthen us and empower us. I think that one of the main challenges would be what it really means, what it really takes to comprehend the functionalities of how to really apply it to our lives, right? When it comes to really having faith in it or believing in it or making it work for us and making it work for our situations. And, you got people who believe in their religions, right? And they just pray, right? That's how they, they feel they fix their problems or get through things. They pray. You got some people who believe in this and that. I think one of the main challenges for many out there that may be struggling with all of that spiritual talk, right? All of that God, Most High talk stuff, like the Lord, or, Yeshua, Jesus. Like many of us can receive it in a way where we appreciate it, right? It makes us feel better sometimes. Gives us peace sometimes, right? But sometimes, a lot of times, we don't really know how it works, like it really works, right? I think that's one of the main challenges. We don't understand the functionalities and the operations of that power, right? Of that authority in our lives, right? And we have a tough time, sometimes gripping what it really takes to be successful at that kind of thing, right? When it comes to something spiritual, something that's metaphysical, something that you can't see, right? Again, the Most High is within you and He's external from you. And that's challenging to try to line that up, and then you got some religions that, or, believers who speak on it being something that's separate from you and something that you pray to in a sense that it's it's external from you, or something that that you're less than, in the sense that you don't deserve it for real. All of these things, like, it's just, and I'm not saying none of that is true or false, but what I'm saying is all these different conversations and dialogues about what the Most High is and how this power works and dealing with frequency and all these things, finally, could be challenging. I think it's one of the most paramount challenges for anyone who is presented with it, right? As in something that can help them, or something that could guide them, or something that could empower them, family. And I want to empower you with this video real quick by saying this, family. If you lack trust in the Most High, you lack trust in what is called God, if you lack trust in the Lord, if you lack trust in the source, or whatever you calling it, and again, family, I don't want to even keep putting this out there as in it could be any of these things. I have my belief system, right? But depending on where you at in life and where whatever stage you are in concerning your spiritual development and so forth, I want to encourage you, family, that a lot of times your lacking of trust in let's just keep it like that. Your lack of trust in the Most High deals with your lack of trust with yourself. Think about that for a minute, family. Now, mind you, if I say something is coming from somewhere, I'm here to let you know that many times your lack of trust in a higher power that is for you, before you, right? Within you, as well as external from you, because it's everywhere. Your lack of trust in this, a lot of times, is parallel to your lack of trust within yourself. And you might not know this, family. This might not be for you. But if it is for you, many times, because we are not integral with ourselves, because we are not men and women of our word, because we do not stand behind what we say we're going to do, when we're going to do, when we don't stand behind that integrity, family, it will cause distrust in think about it. You can't trust in the Most High is within you, family. It's within you, it's within me. But if you don't trust you, right? Listen, man, there's a certain kind of fellow in this world. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And people know they mean it when they say they're going to do it. See what I'm saying? They don't distrust that. They know if I say, listen, I told you about I think he was the centurion soldier, family, who told the Lord, hey, I need you to go heal my servant. I need you to go heal my servant. But, Jesus told him, okay, I'll do it. He said, you know what? You ain't got to say nothing else. That's just that right there. Just give me, because matter of fact, he told the Lord, he says to the Lord, if you just give me your word, that's all I need, because I know I'm a man of authority myself. When I say something, it happens. If I snap my fingers, it's going to be done. He say, so I understand these things. If you just give me your word, I know it's going to be done. I take that. Because the Lord was ready to go right then and there. He said, but no, you ain't got to do. Just give me your word, and I know it's going to be done. Family, you have to be a man or woman of your word. I made a video a long time ago, and I mentioned this before, but I said, imagine a child who stood behind their word from day one. You don't know what that what that could produce. You don't know what a child that really understands what integrity means. You know how much power is behind a word that don't bend? You know how much power is behind a word that don't bend? How many of us know them certain kind of people? If he say, man, say one more word, I'm gonna slap the crap out you. And you know he mean that. You know he mean every cent of it. There's a lot of power behind a word that don't bend, family. And when you lacking that integrity, when you lacking standing behind your own word for the things that you say you're going to do for yourself, whether it's the gym, whether it's your business, right? Whether it's your family, whatever it is, when you lacking that discipline, of course you're going to lack trust in any other source. There's a scripture that says something like, if you don't even love your brother who's sitting right next to you, how can you love God that you don't see? You can't see him because God is a spirit. So how could you love God that you don't see if you don't even love your brother that's sitting right next to you? Family, if you don't trust yourself, and you can see yourself in the mirror every morning, you don't trust nobody, right? Me, I don't trust nobody either. I won't say I don't trust no one, because I trust in the Lord, but I don't trust nobody. That was in his flesh. It's a difference. Anywho, if you don't trust your own flesh, what you see in the mirror every morning, right? If you brush your teeth every morning, family, how are you going to trust that what you don't see? If you know you constantly saying things and attempting to do things that you're not following through with, if you know you're constantly going back on things that you say you're not going to go back on, if you know that you got a side of you that will bend when you get around people, you don't know how to stick to, maintain your frame. You bend and you flexible for depending on who it is and all that. How could you trust something that you cannot see, family? So the great news is, family, if you want to begin to get closer and develop a relationship where there's trust with the Most High, right? When I'm talking about the Most High, I'm talking about Psalms 91. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High shall rest under the shadow of the Almighty. I'm talking about that he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. If you want to parallel your authority with this authority that you keep hearing about, that you've been preached to about, right? That somebody that I done talked your head off about, then somebody that mentioned to you a million times, right? That you done heard a million times, that you done saw on the TV or on the audio, and you're so familiar with. If you want to parallel your life and that power that is invested within you, with that power, you must learn to stand behind your word, stand behind your oaths, think about that. We talk about oaths. Very significant. Those who commit to something and don't follow through with it. If you struggle with that within yourself, if you struggle with that, and it don't have to be nobody else involved. It don't have to be your girlfriend, don't have to tell you, right? If you're a woman, your man don't have to tell you, right? It don't have to be, nobody has to say it to you. You know if you struggle with that. The great news is all you have to do is tighten that up. The great news is all you have to do is tighten that up, family. The Bible said God disciplines those he accepts as sons. You have to learn discipline, family. You have to be in a place where you can know what it means to stand behind your word. Be a man or a woman of your word. The minute you begin, one of the things, family, and we got part 2 to my spiritual journey coming soon, family. One of the things that I do know that I don't want to say too much, but I do remember that made the difference when I said I hit the streets running, was that everything that I said I was going to do, I did it. And that's just because of the space I was in. I was in a certain space where I was focused. I was enjoying every process, right? But when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. Think about what I'm saying. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. And you do it. When you mention something, or you say you're going to do something, or you sign up for something, or you commit to something, not only is you have more trust in, like you have more faith, because you know, like when you come up with something, you don't look at it just like an idea no more. You know, when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it because that's what you've been doing. Right? You know that your body follows your mind. You know that your life follows your mentality. Right? Every principality has a mentality. When you know that, hey, it builds something up within you. Not only do it build something up within you, but in others, because they know you mean it. You can get better business deals done. You can accomplish better relationships. Why? Because others know that blood mean, if he say something, he mean it. Even some women, right? For us guys, for the fellas out there, even some women, they respect a man who don't lie. Even if you got different stuff going on that you might think some women won't accept, right? Maybe some won't. But there's a lot of women that respect you because they know that they can take your word for value, for virtue, right? They know that your word is valuable. They know that your word is law. They know when you say something, you mean it. That you ain't got time to be lying like no kid. You ain't got time to be capping like no child. So they rather deal with that because they know what you say is what it is. It's bond. Word is bond. That's what I was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So when you stand behind your word and learn to stand behind your integrity, I guarantee you won't have no lack of trust in that Most High that what gave you that integrity, and for you won't have no trouble. You won't struggle with having trust in the unseen, family. A big part of you not trusting in what you can't see is because you can't trust what you do see. I'm another one, family. When it's gonna be a part of my part two. When I say part two, my spiritual journey, when I started slacking off and when I was in a better space, I realized that I had started slacking on my integrity. I had started slacking on my word being bond, being law. And I knew when I normally would say this what I'm on, this what type of time, or this what I'm doing, that's what it was, and that's what happened. That's what got done. And then you get to a point, sometimes you get too comfortable. And you just get to throwing stuff out there and me there, right? And how much of it is you actually following through with? No matter what it is, it could be to yourself, to somebody else in a relationship. It could be with a business partner. It could be with a romantic partner. It could be with, in any form of fashion, family. Work on your own integrity, and it's simply discipline. Disciplining yourself, family. Stand behind it, family. Stand behind your word. Very significantly, I remember somebody, I can't picture his face. I was very young. I don't know who it was. I know it was an older guy. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Promise me you're going to stand behind your word. Whatever you do, stand behind your word, man. Be a man of your word. Don't forget that. That was very significant that somebody just told me that when I was young, out the blue. I forget how it came about, but I remember that when I was very young. And I know that was the Spirit put that on him to tell me that. Stand behind your word. Jesus was a man, and many of us know him as Yeshua, right? Some say Yahweh, Jamaicans say Yah man, whatever, Yah man. Overall, he stood behind that word. The truth stands behind the truth. It's solid. You see what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you that the Most High endorses what is true. Many times what is true for you has to do with what you really mean. When you really mean something. When you really mean something, like you go after something, you say something, you act like you passionate about something, and you mean it, the Most High gonna endorse that. Because he know you're not capping, he know you're gonna stand behind it. You see what I'm saying? He know you fully invested. Are you fully invested in what you're talking about? Are you fully invested in what you talk about? The great news is all you have to do is work on that, family. Because not only does it enrich you, but it'll enrich your team. It'll enrich your peers and many others outside of you. Others external from you will take your word for bond. Like they will know that how much weight your word carries when you stand behind it like that, man. You see what I'm saying? When you stand behind your word, things happen, family. Don't worry about making mistakes. Work on aligning your integrity with your mouth. Work on aligning your integrity with what you're praying for. Stand behind your oaths, family. Stand behind your commitments. This don't mean things don't happen, right? When you're dealing with other people, right? Because you can't put your trust in people. Put your trust in the Most High only, right? And this ain't got nothing to do with people. When he talked about put your trust in the Lord, this was beyond who you don't put your trust in. It's just directing you where to put your trust in, right? Get your integrity in order, family. Get your house in order, and you'll see the power of the Most High align in your world. You'll see the power of the Most High, this power that we talk about, this power that is within you, that greater he was in you who is greater. Align, you will see that greatness in your life. You will. Guaranteed. That should be intriguing to you. That should be, because it's not really hard for you to stand behind things that you're promising you. Things that you want to accomplish in life, that you want to do in life, the way your intentions, where you're headed. These are things that you are promising you, family. So all you have to do is give you what you said you was going to give you, family. All the way around the board. And you will see that also be impacting in the world around you. Many will know that your word is bond. Like blood ain't, you know what I'm saying? Buddy he ain't playing. Well, that woman, she ain't playing at it. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna know, ain't no in between, fam. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's very significant, because I think one of the most challenging subject matters in this world is this talk of God, and how it operates, and how it really truly operates, and how it's we align, we operate with its functionalities, and whether it's in us, around us, and because that can be confusing when you say it's in you, plus it's around you, plus it's it's in, people think it's in heaven and that's somewhere else, and it's different, and it is different things going, but that could be so challenging to comprehend that. But it's for us to bring them all, and this is the key to this video. It is for us to bring them as one. See, think about the story of the Lord is that he was one with the Most High. He said, saw it not robbery to be equal. And then he talk about, you got those who speak about the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, all that stuff. But overall, it's about aligning. So when you talk about the most challenging thing, I think it's the most challenging subject, is we have to align this power that is within us, that is around us. We want to align it from within us, right? The power that same power that is around us as well, right? That same power that is in me, but also in you on the other side of the world right now. We want to align that power. We want to align it up. Like they say, line your chakras. You want to align that power up from the Most High to the Son, right? To the Holy Spirit, so forth, right? We heard all that before. We want to, how can we make this become one? That's the most challenging thing. And that's when you become one, family. Yeah. So if you struggle, or not even if you don't struggle, it's something that I think we all can always work on and always be mindful of, to be on top of, so that we become greater each chapter, right? And that is to always be mindful of our integrity, work on our integrity, make sure we got to get our integrity to 100%. I don't care if you at 99, get it to 100. And watch how much more empowered you'll be To the next video, family. Peace, positivity, optimism, power, and abundance. Water.